FIGHTCON happening October 3rd and 4th at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City. Get your tickets right now at FightConExpo.com. Now, I got the founder, president of Suples, master educator, entrepreneur, and inventor, Ivanov, here with me today. Ivan, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Andre. Doing great.
That is great. That is great. I'm really excited to have you October 3rd and 4th at the Expo Center. First off, I want to start with what got you into wrestling back in Bulgaria? What was your introduction to wrestling?
I started when I was very little boy, around 10 years old, and then a year later I quit. I was getting my butt kicked and didn't feel it was fun anymore. And for 1 year, I just didn't do nothing. I was doing my pull-ups and just doing activity with the school. And then later, like a couple of years later, another coach came and got me excited to compete at one tournament, and I did well, but it's a long story. I didn't win any matches, and anyway, but I got expired. Actually, I can even show you my medal right here,
Let's
because
see.
that's probably for you or for anybody who's watching. Say this is not impressive medal, but for me, this is the most valuable medal. I didn't beat anybody, but because of this medal, I'm still hanging out with the wrestlers here, and made a career. And mostly right now, I'm still in wrestling. After so many years, helping with my other innovations that I'm about to show at the FightCon. So
Oh, that's exciting. You can give us some sneak peek on some new stuff that you've been working on. That's awesome.
yeah, I'm really excited because I study the field of mixed martial arts, especially the MMA. Many of my friends who really follow very closely MMA. I don't follow very often. I mean, I know many people. I watch it, but I'm not really like a fan of like watching this consistently. But I've been told Ivan, he should go and he should teach these people how to throw. They don't know how to throw. They know how to copy. Some of them more skilled athletes, they lock and they launch, they copy. But I'm I'm gonna show the system and the whole process of developing back arch throws and back step throws. It's not just like, oh, I show you a throw and 1, 2, 3, go do it. Good luck. There is no way. There's a system. That's why I have equipment. That's why I have methods, and I want to show the whole process. So if somebody makes a mistake, they know how to fix it, or
Mm,
they know how to train mechanics and basics before they turn into a training routines where they can really hit these throws on a live people. This is
mm.
it. And safe way how to train, and so along with my strength and conditioning tools. That let's talk about these MMA fighters again. That all leads into performance on the ring, on the cage, on the mat. That's what I will be
Yeah,
doing.
we have a huge combat sports culture here in Utah. I mean, you're familiar with it. You've been here, right? Um,
I
and a
was
lot of
I started my journey from Salt Lake, as that's why I'm so excited to go back. I used to live in the South Mountain. I was running a youth program at back then we call it TAC, Treehouse Athletic Club. It still is one of the biggest clubs in the valley in fitness. But down the basement was all wrestling, because the owner, or co-owner, one of the co-owners, Jay Jones, back then he had 3 kids. I had to train his sons, and Cam Jones, who is his son, just recently won Fargo and Greco. Kaysen Jones, the great wrestling Greco-Roman wrestling family, and Cam was, I still consider him as the most talented athlete I ever had to coach. He just didn't have a chance to get him on the world map because he decided to go in a different direction after his youth years. And anyway, now his son is doing great. So I'm very excited. Plus, I know Sanderson's brother, Steve, all the family. I'm very, very excited to go and do what I'm doing in Salt Lake area.
You have a lot of accomplishments. You just mentioned one. I mean, you're helping the youth. Has any athletes from Salt Lake, have they reached out to you to train with you in what your profession is with wrestling? Because I feel like wrestling is such a huge core to what mixed martial arts is today.
Yeah, consistently they're reaching out to me. Actually, some of them, like Kason, was there a couple of years in a row, coming here for short camps. Him and his dad and his grandpa. We're staying in touch consistently. um, I have a young athlete who graduated from our um, our school here of wrestling, and now open a program this year in Salt Lake. Hunter Mitchell, he's a four-time Idaho State champion. He opened his gym there, and mostly focus on teaching Greco and other styles as well. But he got a lot of my equipment. There's a Utah Valley has some of my equipment, and athletes that study also Suples and know Suples very well are moved there. So yes, definitely, there's a lot of athletes in the valley that following what we do. Plus, every year we go like to few tournaments, um, and in Salt Lake City area, and we have a large booth, and a lot of the kids from Utah, especially, are very familiar with our equipment. They go through the booth, they toss dummies, they swing Bulgarian bags, and so many people know who we are.
Will they have an opportunity to throw Bulgarian bags October 3rd and 4th at the Salt Palace
Of
or
course,
FIGHTCON?
course, I don't go anywhere without my Bulgarian bag. Absolutely, I'll get a lot of them, a lot. different different sizes. So I'm excited because I outside of wrestling is just a little bit. I've been to 43 countries around the world, and most of them are to teach people that are not mandatory or world class wrestlers. Mostly strength conditioning coaches, mixed martial arts athletes in jiu-jitsu and MMA, mostly fitness people. I can teach them how to toss that dummy, to throw the dummies, and that's why I'm so excited, because when you start teaching someone who doesn't know nothing and you see success and progress, you feel happy. That's me.
One thing that I love in doing my research about you is your YouTube channel. I love the content that you've been creating. And one thing that, especially me as a father, I'm a father of three. I love how much you put into the youth. I seen one video where you're having the youth do throw the Bulgarian bags, and one of them touched his back. You're like, nope, that don't count. I love the accountability portion of it. What does it mean to work with the youth?
Oh, the youth is my passion. I always will choose starting. If you build a program, it's a lot easier to start building them when they're younger, when they don't know much, rather than when they already did the things or doing things wrong and you have to fix it, just like in anything else. So as long as I have dedicated kids and parents, dedicated parents, because sometimes I've seen here in my club, uh, normally it's like parents wanted more than the kids, but I have some kids who want to do it, but parents are not willing to bring them in the morning because so early. I have practice here at 5:45 in the mornings, and I'm doing it whole year round. um, so the parent have to be out there very, very, very also dedicated, and we all have partnership with coach, athlete, and a parent. But that's my passion. Younger athletes, start them young and teach them how to train hard, and teach them, at least this is how I've done things. Without hard work, I can't teach nothing. I know I have skills, I have equipment, I have methods, but I'm not a remote control coach. I must have them with me, and that's why I'm going there to FightCon there, so I can engage with these people, so they can feel my energy. I want to pass it to them and tell them, hey guys, this is how I've done it. but I'll
You
show
have
you the techniques. But this is also what you have to do, which I can't talk on the camera only and talk and tell him what we're gonna do. We have to go and get dirty, sweaty.
you are literally sweating with these guys. So I see the passion, I feel the passion. And one thing that I noticed too is that you often say you gotta train to win. So at times when I mean you mentioned it, you didn't win every single match, right? You don't we don't win every time in life. I'm sure there was setbacks with your invention with the Bulgarian bag. How does how do you keep going even though you're maybe you run into rough patches where you don't win?
Uh, the, the only way I know how to teach is, or how I've done things in my whole life, is by working hard, and that's what I can show. Now, if somebody can make it without hard work, maybe, I mean, hard work, but not just hard work. Don't understand me wrong. Smart,
Mm.
because I've done things a lot. You know, if you go and ask some Bulgarian friends in my generation and say, "Tell me about Ivan." Oh, Ivan worked hard. Ivan is a very hard worker. Well, Ivan worked hard. Ivan worked hard and got to world silver medal. He didn't win the worlds. Well, I beat world champions, I beat Olympic champions, I beat all of these three guys who placed above me at the Olympic Games in Atlanta, but I was fifth. I beat all of them before, all of them, but I didn't beat them in one day. So somewhere I made mistakes, or some of my coaches maybe made mistakes. I don't want to blame on them, but it's not only hard work. Is you should know how to work effectively, and that's what I discovered here in the United States when I start doing my coaching career here. I started to think out of the box, things that I've been thinking, but I never did it because I said, well, that's not my job. I have coaches. It's a good idea. I have something, but there's this. My coach never showed me this. I should follow what the coaches say. And then when I came here, I said, now I must experience my own innovations. And that's why I was always producing. I just had two Fargo champions in a little club of Idaho when we had 2 million people with the cows. We were as a state, we had four on the finals in Fargo. Two out of these kids are from our own club. I mean, we got to be doing something in this area. So, but I probably work more smarter than some of my colleagues, and I'm not hiding anything because that's how I developed this business, because of I want to share this what I know. So
Are you are you familiar with an a hip do you listen to hip hop?
I always, yeah, not too much hip hop. I listen to music that there's no mother fathers in the song, not too much talking. And this is what I definitely, because American culture, without music, you can the kids are showing you they put their headphones before their matches, and they get fired up. But since you asked me, I don't listen hip hop much, but intense music. But one year I went to Africa, and this guy is a Bulgarian guy. He's an awesome guy, great coach from older generation, but didn't have a stereo, didn't have a
Oh,
music in their gym, and I went bought one, and I got this African wrestling team. I went there to teach, not wrestling, just to teach strength conditioning. I have these clips on YouTube. Someone can watch it. Suples training with Coach Ivanov in Africa. I got these guys nuts, crazy. They would go through the wall for me because I not only the music. I mean the music was one of the things. I bought them a nice stereo, powerful than mine, and they were screaming and training hard and changed the environment. But why you ask me about the music?
because so I was introduced to the Bulgarian bag by hip hop artist Action Bronson out of Queens, New York. And he throws the Bulgarian bag. That was the first time that I seen this bag, and it had to have been maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe right before the pandemic. And so when I was doing my research on you, I was like, I'm talking to the guy that invented that thing. So it's really cool. So there was a tie to hip hop to the Bulgarian bag because if you don't know it, there is a hip hop artist by the name of Action Bronson that advocates for your bag.
Oh, I'll check. I'll definitely check him.
He
Yeah.
does say that, he does say that for it a lot.
Yeah, I like the music. Not all the time. When I teach, I don't listen to music. I shut the music. But when I crank, pushing and cranking, that's where no talking. I said, I let's say I give you an example. So in my weekly schedule, if I have Monday, for example, is day for instructional, I call it instructional type of, like what do you guys see clinics, we call it here, right? I mean,
Yeah.
more situations. I get them going a little bit, but not like training. I can stop. I can explain. Another word, preparation for the next day. And next day, come Tuesday, I said, guys, I don't care if you were here yesterday or not. You got to do it. If you missed practice yesterday, it's your fault. We're going after. We're going. It's training time. There's no talking. Let's go. And now I crank the music sometime, to show them, to hustle them, and get them, fired up. And wrong or right, they go in there, they learn how to deal with these situations, and then I listen to music. That's I let I play the music.
I love it. So correct me if I'm wrong, but you invented the Bulgarian bag back in 2005, correct?
Correct. Yes.
2005. So we're up on 20 years. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel great because I was, like I said, I this tool helped me to reach a lot of people out there, to meet with a lots of people. I traveled to many countries, and now mostly Bulgarian back actually helped me big time people to see what Suples is, because Bulgarian back cannot be Suples. It's only one thing, one of my tools. I have, like, many people don't know. Many people don't know. I have 3 patents on the Bulgarian back, and and the next 2 models that people don't know it much. It's different handles, different, for different purpose of training, but that's just one thing. I also have like another 5 systems just valuable as the Bulgarian bag. And now through Suples, people saw the bag and they come in to see what Suples is. So I show them what Suples is, because it's not just, oh, this guy, yeah, he maybe he got lucky with inventing one thing. No, I can't be lucky, because I have another 5, 6 more and another 2 in the oven. I keep thinking every single day, I'm living with this thing. So I have 5 more tools, like just valuable as the Bulgarian back, just people don't know them.
What inspires these thoughts, these inventions to make your training and Suples training better?
Well, look, if you're every single day in this office or in my, it doesn't matter, I have a gym in my house, exercise, and I coach consistently. I coach athletes. I'm always in shape, not like I was coaching at the Olympic Training Center, but I have a club. I study the kids. I live with what I do. Ideas are coming, and you get ideas coming, like, wow, it's so easy for you. I said, yeah, it's easy because I I am every day. I start seeing ahead of people that spending less time than me, right? I have advantage because I spend a lot of time. It's something that I love, and I start seeing the innovations a lot easier than somebody else who just come there, get a practice, and leave. No, with me, it's not like that. But that's why I have now more system. There's like one Bulgarian back. More,
How
if you have like a truck or semi truck dumped at the fight call without me, and people go, and they're gonna go at these ropes, the herd system. They don't know what to do. They're gonna hang themselves. They're gonna spin these bags few reps, and this is too light. They're gonna throw these dummies, but they probably have 5 mistakes one they throw, and nobody. So without coaching, Suples is not as effective. So this is the education of it, because it's not something that people already know how to clean or how to do bench press. It's something. It's a innovation, a functional training, Andre. There's no limits. I don't know what you think about. There's no limit. even if you told me that I own this Bulgarian bag to 20 years, I started. If I go out down in my gym right now and spend 2 hours on the Bulgarian bag, I'll come up with a new exercise or a new training routine. I will, but I just don't need that much. It's a lot. It's enough. And for those people who don't even know what I'm talking about, for them is like until they catch us, they got to work really, really hard. So there's no limit in a functional training. You go and get a dumbbell, you just do a curl, right, or shoulder press, pretty much limited. But with these movements, with these type of functional training tools, I mean, not maybe dumbbell, you can come up with more stuff, but machine, like I'm sitting here, 1 2 1 2, that's it. What else could you invent? Maybe turn the other way, do 1 2, but your legs are not working. Only shoulder. This is for rehabbing. It's not for building strength to fight and do something. You gotta train all your muscles. How to engage more muscles into major movement. So you have to train very specific way in a functional way. So that's what this generation needs to learn. That's why guys like me are here to educate.
That's right. And you can get that education at FightCon at the Salt Palace October 3rd and 4th. It's the ultimate combat sports expo. Get your tickets right now at fightconexpo.com. Now, Ivan, you mentioned the training. You're really passionate about the whole system that you have created, the inventions that you have created. How do you deal with copycats? Right? Because there are copycats out there. I mean, you talked about patents. Do you get a piece of this thing, or do you go the legal route? Like, how do you deal with the copycats?
Yes, I definitely. I mean, some larger companies, they started. I don't want to say names. Some big companies that people know about it. Some people. I'll tell you one. Bulgarian back. Believe me or not, was in this store of Lidl store. This company, Lidl, in Germany. It's a grocery store. They have it. They have it here in America. I mean, it's a big chain. Doesn't matter the name.
Yeah.
Bulgarian bag for 30 euros. And then I was just laughing. We send them letters or all these. They stopped. Some other fitness clubs, organizations here, they have it. So we send the legally letter. Our attorneys are doing their job, but mostly see that everybody knows Suples because of these guys. They call it Bulgarian back, and everybody who search Bulgarian back, they see Suples. So they're actually helping me to launch my bigger picture behind. It's a Suples. Bulgarian back cannot beat Suples. And nobody can copy Suples because its first is in my mind. The second is very complicated. There's a many systems inside. So that's how I fight it. Just keep going forward and keep getting new innovation and partner with guys like you so we can let people decide if they want to use the BS crap that breaks and don't have the spirit of this guy who is talking like me. I'm crazy guy. I'm crazy in my field. Crazy nicest way. Crazy for innovation, hungry for success, and I want to pass this to these guys who come and follow me. Those who want to buy some cheap crap, they always will be cheap and will never get success and succeed anything. So have them decide which people they want to hang out with. That's how I deal.
You've done a lot, right? You many decades in the physical exercise space, sports space. How proud are you of yourself in this moment of 2025? How proud are you of yourself?
I'm very proud, and I feel that I've succeeded something, and mostly you see that I've made a huge progress with something very little. That I'm keeping making progress every every month, every year, and I cannot be. I'm a happy camper. I'm a happy coach. I'm a happy fellow. I feel I've that's it. I have success, and I feel great. At 56 years old, I feel great, and nothing, no complaints, nothing.
So outside of the gym, when you're not in the gym, when you're not working with equipment or training or teaching, what is Ivan doing? What is it? What else? What other passions do you have?
What are the passions? My other passions is to travel. Now my son is in wrestling. I try to help him as much. Because of that, I've been going back um, to wrestling, to hang out with some of my old wrestling buddies, travel. But at the same time, I combine it so that my passion is to travel and still do something. But the only change I do is I get out of my gym, but I go to another gym that I say I can find Suples in other gyms now over. But so to I got your question. Like, do you go fishing? I used to go crazy fishing, crazy hiking. I don't do that. I don't. I can't. I can't. I can't even sit for 1 hour and wait for fish to bite. This is not me now in these days, because back then I needed this peaceful time, and I was relaxing. I feel re-energized. Now there's no way I can only sit down to catch fish if I am so hungry that I have nothing to eat. I can't go catch fish and put it back in the pond. I'm not raised like this. I go there, catch and save because I didn't have much and blah blah blah. There's a reason, or after I had something, then I went fishing and hiking because to refresh and get ready for another hard training cycle. But these days I don't do this. My hobby is like, my fun part is I go to another country. We're going to compete. I'm going to see and meet people that think the same, that have the same interest, and to have a dinner with them. That's my hobby. That's my passion. That's my life now.
You also trained. Was it the U.S. Olympic team or
Yes,
you had?
2008. I was in. Uh, I was on the coaching stuff. I was a head coach of the one of the Olympic training centers at that time. It used to be also a training site. Now it's Northern Michigan University. They took the name Olympic out of there, but I was their head coach for 8 years, and I was on the U.S. national coaching stuff for, I don't know, maybe more than 10 years. And during that cycle for the Olympics in Beijing, I was on the coaching stuff. 2007, we as a team, ever in Greco, we won the world championships as a team in senior wrestling. We beat the Russians, Turks, Iran, Georgia, all of these big teams. We beat them. Unfortunately, it didn't happen after that. Haven't happened this after, but we were very stable, top three nation in Greco during that cycle, 2000 and 2005, 6, 7, 8. That cycle, America was powerhouse in Greco-Roman wrestling. I hope happens very soon, again. But it's been tough the last decade.
The reason why I ask is I was just wondering because you're a Bulgarian born and raised athlete. Did you get any pushback about helping the American team rather than the Bulgarian team?
Never, never. I never coached Bulgaria. I was for Bulgarian standard. I mean, I'm honor master of sport in Bulgaria. I mean, like, but they're world champions. They're Olympic champions. So there's no way. I've been asked to coach Bulgarian national team, offer the job. Um, but after I established myself already here in the United States, I didn't have any experience as a coach. Nobody knew, nobody cared that I left for America. I went to survive. I went to look for, not to survive. I mean, I was all set in Bulgaria, two homes in the capital. I never came here to struggle and to beg, or because I didn't have anything to eat. Don't understand me wrong. It's just like nobody offered me anything to feel like I coach against the corner of some of my teammates. Now we're friends. They buy an equipment from me. They ask me for advices. We're connected. I'm here. and I'm here to help people who are really looking for me. I'm here to help Suples fans, not countries. I'm here to help anybody who wants to find me. Who wants Suples? I help. So I'm very independent. I'm international person. I have a lot of connections in my field. Those guys who follow what I do. So then there's no reason to be jealous of anything. And my kids are born in United States.
Mm.
They're American citizens, and my son is wrestling for United States. He says the same name as me. You know, only my oldest daughter is born in Bulgaria. She's there right now. She spends a lot of time there, but she's back here too with us. I have four children. You said you have three, four, and three of them are born in the United States.
Nice. So where is Suples manufactured? Do you have like a certain lab that you use, or do you?
Yeah, I manufactured in different countries. The core products are all made in Bulgaria. We have a manufacturer in Bulgaria for the dummies. The Bulgarian backs are made in Bulgaria. Um, but some equipment, I even make some equipment in Salt Lake, manufactured United States. And I started to manufacture certain things in China, some barbells and some equipment that it's hard to make. It's hard to beat the price. I don't know what's going to happen now with the tariffs. Definitely but that's not that Chinese products are not my core products, so I'm not worried too much about that. We don't make Bulgarian bags in China. I make them in Bulgaria. My dummies, all my core products, the Suples bolts, the Hertz system. But I was buying some metal parts because of I started manufacturing in China with some barbells and metal stuff that everybody else. It's hard to compete, but it's certain equipment that I choose to be able to bring on the mats. Again, even in Salt Lake, I have manufacturing there. So we're partnered with Talon Knox, who probably will be there too, the inventor of the Spartan bar. It's made
Oh,
in
nice.
The Spartan bar is made in Salt Lake City. That's what I did. This is one of my athletes, Talon Knox. People should know who Talon is. They have a manufacturing, Knox fabrication, and awesome people, great family. I trained Talon since a little boy. He made the world team, university, but started to work, focus on business. Very successful business family. They make some fancy stuff like fire pits, all this stuff for big very wealthy homes in Salt Lake area. So they're my manufacturers on some of my stuff, my innovations, and including the Spartan bar is actually Talent's innovation based on exercise that I show him, and he came back to me, and it's a very interesting story. I hope everybody will come and meet Talent as well. You know.
Absolutely. October 3rd and 4th at the Salt Palace. FightCon. Get your tickets, fightconexpo.com. The reason why I ask about the business side of what you do is because to me, listening to your story and listening to what you do, the training and the education portion, to me, that sounds like the fun side. The business side sounds like the more not fun side of this thing. So how do you manage to keep everything flowing? Do you have a team behind you, or is it all just you?
No, it cannot be me now. It used to be me, um, but this Suples was part-time job for me. It cannot be one person. It's we are a teamwork. Many of the employees here are also part of my family. My wife helps me a big time. My oldest daughter, my all my kids are working actually for Suples. Plus, I have employees, wrestling coach assistants, and in the manufacturing, there are other people, going there. That's a different field. They're not here in Boise with me, but definitely we're a team. Also, along with all my other partners that are educating Suples, they're posted on our website. We have instructors in United States and also in different countries of the world that actually offering Suples. Definitely, this cannot be done alone, but still, it's a challenge. Marketing to show people your innovation, and That's very, very challenging. And uh, we have to use different sorts of marketing. I used to go uh, to big fitness trade shows, like if you heard in FIBO in Germany, in Cologne, over 130 people, 130,000 people go through this event for those 4 or 5 days. Ursa, I don't know the name. Arnold, Arnold Classic. We used to be there too. All of these people, just all of these events, fitness trade shows where you can make exposure of the equipment and show people what you have so they can try. I've been going to this, but this was not working as well for me. It was not, because I realized Bulgarian back is not something, oh, you get there, swing it 5 times, and especially showing to bodybuilders who are like, excuse me, but I was at Arnold. Our booth is here, and there's a huge line of, I don't know, maybe hundred people are waiting to go through to go through this line to go get supplements versus to think how to train. They're looking for the pill rather than get free pills. And I said, forget about it. This is not for me. I need people. If they don't see this, they're not ready for me. And they don't see it. And my monitors are working, we're showing, or we're having people demonstrating on our booth. People are going there for the pills. They're not going there for the training. I said, these are not my guys. I need, and that's how I've been doing business with strength coaches, personal trainers, coaches in wrestling that are looking, all of these three categories of people I just mentioned, they're all looking above. They're looking out of the box. So in other words, if you go and ask someone, do you know about the Bulgarian back, and that person call himself a personal trainer, and he doesn't know about the Bulgarian back, he never heard about the Bulgarian back, sorry, sorry, dude, you're behind, man. You're behind. What kind of trainer you are? You don't know Bulgarian back? Are you kidding me? So anyway, they gotta know the Bulgarian back. Even if they say, "Oh, I saw one fake," it doesn't matter. It's a Bulgarian back, and that person is like much more ahead. Was like, "Oh, I don't know this. I never heard of this. Sorry, but." That's why I did very good job. Travel around the world, connected myself with people who are not that many, but they count. That's
Yeah,
why I'm excited to partner with the FIGHTCON, because it's a different event. It's not event just have a booth and go and sell something. I don't want to sell anything. I want to help them understand that this tool, whatever we do, I mean, I'm not going with the bags only. I'm going to go teach these people how to throw, how to do, how to use the bag for performance training, for functional training that can apply in the daily life. And Phil, what is to do these exercises that, this crazy spin or combinations of spin, arm throw, the Suples snatches, or the different, the different dynamic exercises. That's why they need guy like me to show them and to kind of like just listen to my story and then give them ideas, and that's their job to make this tool or whatever we do adapt to their training needs. I don't want to go and force her this, oh, you got to do it exactly like mine. No, I'm there to show you, as a inventor of this system, to show you how I'm using it. But it's your obligation, if you want results, to adapt it to your own training, because you know your own training. I don't. Is that
that's,
kind of your idea what I'm going to do?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Is that kind of giving you idea what I'm about, what I'm going to do at the FightCon?
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like we're going to see October 3rd and 4th. We're going to see your education, right? We're going to get to know you a little bit, but you're also going to show us how this can help with our performance training. It's also going to help with our, if you're just a daily person, it can show you how you can use this in your daily life to benefit you, to get strong, right? Like strength and conditioning, like you said, it's more than just a product. Like you're going to show people how to live a good, strong life. And I love that.
Yeah, and the variety. I don't want to be understood wrong that, oh, Ivan doesn't like weights or machines. No, not at all, guys. Not at all. I love it all. I even, every time I travel, I don't take bags with me or bands or anything. I go. I love, that's my treat day. I go, I stay in these hotels, international, whatever, and nationally, and I go to their fitness room and I pummel with their bells. I use machines. I do curls. I go on elliptical. I check my calories. So it's awesome. I love it. I'm tired of these Bulgarian bags. It's been doing it for so long, or slamming these. Now I look my calories. I sweat. I have a glass of water. I love it all. But I'm not a robot. They're not. Nobody's a robot. You have to know how to use different tools, and mostly I'm there to educate on my tools, and because that's how people will say, wow, that's how they're gonna see the value of it in their own training, or some coaches who like they're training groups. How come Ivan is showing all his videos training kids? So that's great way to handle a group training, when you have everybody in his own tool, a safe piece of equipment they can bring on the mat, and doing these exercises that are very sports specific. The whole core muscle, shoulders, grip training, willpower, creating a competitive atmosphere inside the room. For me, this is very important as a coach. Maybe some coaches don't see that. I do. For those who want to listen and see what I do, a guy I have success in this field, and I'm in Suples training. I'm You said, are you happy? I'm extremely happy, because I'm not number three, number four, number five. Now I'm number one, and until I die, I will be number one, because in Suples I put one word before, Suples. I'm the grind trainer, and until I am alive, they better come take advantage, because everybody else who takes Suples after me, he'll be number two. I'm one, and always will be number one.
I love that. Make sure you, I mean, you can't get better than that, right? Like you are a coach, you are a trainer, you are a leader that is putting his money where his mouth is, and you're going to be there October 3rd and 4th, FightCon, Salt Palace, Salt Lake City. Make sure you go get your tickets, fightconexpo.com. Ivan, did we hit everything? Do you feel comfortable with that? Anything else that we missed?
I no no I think we cover a lot, actually. Yeah, I appreciate that you knew about me. I didn't know much about. I'm excited to meet you. Are we gonna meet there?
Yes, yes, I'll be there. Yes.
Bring your children. Are they in wrestling?
No, my oldest son, he does boxing.
Bring them in. I started to show in boxing. No, I didn't start nothing. People came from different fields to. I never went there to show my things to other people. They come to me. People out of wrestling. People out of wrestling, because I was only promoting in wrestling, showing some videos,
Mm.
and coaches came from wrestling, because we see at the tournaments. I was on the national coaching stuff, so they see in reality what I was doing. But other sports like boxing, I had people buying stuff from me that I never met in my life, and they still buying, and therefore boxing, from judo, MMA, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, a lot actually we have. So definitely I have some stuff for your son, and doesn't matter what age they are, as long as they're like above 5 years old. I got stuff for them. So bring your kids there. I have
Sounds
experience. Yeah, absolutely. I'll bring some dummies for them to toss, and we're gonna have some fun. But that's all. I want to encourage these people who are watching this podcast. If they love the functional training, if they've been thinking about these Bulgarian bags, or how to use a dummy, I'll bring all my models there that I have that can help. And also, mostly, I mean, I'm gonna bring a surprise for them. My arena, Suples arena mat will be there. It was
Wow.
so. I'm bringing my whole equipment. I said I cannot miss this. No way. This is the great. I want to make your event the best, the best to learn, the best. Because not only selling stuff. This is not important for me. Not important. I'm in business. People who know me, my clients are buying stuff from me. It's okay. But I'm going there to show and be with these guys and see their reaction after they see what is happening, the process. And we're going to get these guys to wrestle in the arena mat 100% live wrestling. And we're gonna throw. Everybody's gonna throw. Everybody. I guarantee you that.
Oh, I love it. It's a really cool arena. So make sure you come out and check out Ivan and the Suples training gear. Again, the Salt Palace SLC. And it's October 3rd and 4th. FightCon, FightConExpo.com. Ivan, do you have what's the website to Suples? Do you have any social media that you want to tell the people where they can get more information?
They can go on Suples training systems, Suples wrestling club. Suples.com is our suples.com. And we have huge, pretty good YouTube channel, lots of videos we have posted, so they can see at least what kind of training. If they type Bulgarian back, they'll see a lot of us and a lot of Bulgarian back partners, instructors, just to make sure, especially the Bulgarian back. If they don't see the logo of Suples and on the other side my signature, which is right here, see that?
Yep.
That's not a Bulgarian bag, guys. Sorry, but it's not. It doesn't have the spirit of Ivan Ivanov and his partners and the sweating. See, I'm even talking and sweating here because, Andre, you got me so excited. I like. I don't want to go and just blah 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 blah. I want these guys to come and meet me, who I am, how I'm working, if they want to have the success I have.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time, Ivan. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you October 3rd and 4th at FightCon.
Looking forward. Thank you, guys.